Too high to live, too stoned to die.
That's on tape. We're here with Tommy McKenzie.
Hello there.
Back again.
Back again.
For the first time. Thanks for coming back, man.
Thanks for having me back. I realized since of doing this, I guess the third time now, I think I've seen a tour of your house that only way.
Yeah, I guess we've kind of just ring around the Robbie's house.
It's been an
pretty
increment.
much.
Ring around the Robbie.
That's cute, isn't it?
It's got a nice ring to it.
I'm cute. I'm cute.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
cute.
You're cute.
So yeah, you were on 2AD, and then this is your second appearance on Boys, I believe.
I think, it was like almost a couple of years ago. Yeah.
Awesome. You were like early on in the episodes. Like, I think you're pretty early.
I think it's single digits, I'm pretty sure.
Was it?
I came early.
Oh,
it's okay,
well,
though.
Tommy always comes early. But comes twice. And that's why you're here.
That's where it counts, everybody. So,
But where? No. We'll leave a little something to the imagination.
Yeah, right?
So I wanted to start off the show real quick talking about the concert experience of all concert experiences.
Of all time.
Now, then, forever. Of all time. I got to meet my favorite band. Well, part of my favorite band.
You met 1/4 of your favorite band.
My favorite member of my favorite band caught 311 at the Zoo Amphitheatre.
whoa.
And snaked my way in there. Got to meet Mr. Tim Mahoney. And it was all I could have imagined. The show was great. I was there with some of my best friends. Had a great time. What were your thoughts on the show?
That was my second Zoo Amphitheatre experience. I went in with high, not high, I don't want to say high hopes because I wasn't let down. I went in with the excitement because the friend that I went with, he's never been to, he had two first experiences, never been in an Uber or Lyft, never been to the Zoo Amphitheatre.
What?
It's like, this is going to be great. Two birds, one stone.
Well, wait.
When was the last time you heard that, Tommy?
I don't know. I can't. Yeah, that's bizarre.
Yeah,
Was it Three Birds? Has he seen the band before?
He has seen
Oh, okay.
311 one time.
Okay, so 2.5 Birds. Love
Maybe,
that
or maybe
show.
he hasn't. Maybe that's one of the things he was talking about. He was
loving it.
loving it.
Sean was loving the show.
What I love about the Zoo Amphitheatre is it's 311. Their music is perfect for that setting. They're just, I don't want to say island vibes, but you know what I mean?
They're a little islandy, let's be honest here.
Don't they have a, what is that, steel drum?
No steel drum. It'd be
Really?
funny, though, if they brought
I
out
thought they
Michael
had-
Scott in character to play the steel drum with the single braid.
Do they have the keg and the baseball bat?
No, that's Slipnotics. Yeah.
Thank you.
They do not have... They're, to my extensive 311 knowledge,
Yeah.
there's never been a steel drum to drummed in a 311 song.
Now,
Well-
Chad Sexton has that giant ass drum kit. Maybe
Yeah.
somewhere in there he's got like a small one, but no steel drum.
They should add it, though, for
Yeah.
sure. Goes
When
with the
they-
island vibe.
Don't hide it.
So they're going on tour right now with the Offsprings, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, didn't they?
The Offsprings.
The-
The dad. Multiple Offsprings.
Isn't
It's
that what they're
singular. The Offspring.
called? Anyway,
Yeah, it's a solo project.
when they covered each other's songs, didn't they have steel drums in that one?
I don't know. We'll have to give it another listen, which, trust me, we shall.
Okay.
It's summertime.
Yeah.
The music was flowing.
It was.
Had a great time. Sounded good. It was great. It was great. And that's all I have to say about that. I was just so...
That's it?
Man, I was just so excited to meet somebody that's like he's one of my favorite guitar players.
Did you have butterflies?
I did when I got there.
Mhm.
And Matt even leaned over and he was like, hey man, I need you to like be in the moment. Because my head was on a swivel when I was there. I was really nervous because I knew what was going to happen later in the night, or what
Yeah.
I hoped to happen later in the night. So I was like kind of like living outside my head and like just looking around, just couldn't really feel good. Then I ate a little something and felt a lot better. And as the night went on, had a couple beers.
That was a perfect amount of something.
Oh, it was great.
It sounds like you're describing prom also.
Prom?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's because you were like, oh, I don't know. I might have sex later. And then you had sex with Tim Mahoney.
I wish. I had a great time, man. That's it, man. Just wanted to
Well,
brag
I think the zoo, another thing the zoo does for any show is it kind of, what Matt said is perfect. Like, stay in the moment. The Zoo Amphitheatre, the way it's built, kind of makes you feel like you're not even in a city.
it funnels you into the moment.
Surrounded by trees, you're going down like this grass and like stone steps to like, and you're just around people laying in the grass and watching bands. But I mean, it was seeing Offspring there was weird because it's like this quote punk rock band, but that vibe should be for like Fish and like those kind of, or like Foreigner. You know?
Right. It's either dad rock or like
Wait,
jam
particular
bands.
to the zoo, or what do you mean?
Like lawn seating.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was like, it was all
the whole
lawn. You've been to the Zoo Amphitheater.
It's
correct?
been a really long. I've only ever seen the free lip shows there.
Would you say it's been a while?
A very long time. Yeah.
I've only been once.
Who did you see there?
I saw the Flaming Lips.
Okay.
And
For that crazy New Year's show, right, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
The Halloween. Was it the Halloween show?
It was the Halloween show, and it was fun. I ate a little something too.
Ass.
Yeah. No. But it was the first time eating this certain thing, and got a little scary when.
This also sounds like prom.
Yeah. Well, you know how there's that
asshole.
that metal, the metal like barricade sort of thing that you can open up. The Flaming Lips were like, "Hey, open that. Everyone should just like get to the stage." And as soon as he said that, that's when the thing I ate kicked in, and it was the first time, like I said, and there was just like people just like getting to the gate, and I was like right by it, but not to where I could get out, and so I was just getting like slammed by like hundreds of people, and I was freaking out. I was just like, this is not fun anymore.
I mean, in my younger years, I wanted to be right on that. I wanted the barricade to be against my chest, like you're in it, you know. But the older you get, you're like, I just get anxiety thinking about being like just someone's just sweat, and there's always some big dude right next to you.
Andre the Giant goes to every show I go to, and he stands either right in front of me or he's right behind me, leaning on me.
It's like that scene in Wayne's World where Garth's like, I'd like to get by now, and it's like, it's that dude at every fucking show.
Totally. When you were pressed against the gate there, or when all the hysteria was going on, did you have the feeling that you could die? Like if I trip, I might get trampled by Flaming Lips fans.
Yeah. I mean, I did. That sort of thing has happened to me before, but this is the only time that it's happened after I ate something, and it was terrifying. It was just like, can we all just... I was like in the mindset, it's like, hey, can we just like be easy with this? Like,
Can we just all take a scooch, just a step to the left and right,
like,
have a little...
Can we just single file into this?
Well, at least you're outside, not inside. When you're inside, you get the fear of not being trampled, but it's that you can't breathe, like that sweaty shit. Did you do that? Go to that?
Well, I went to that one, but even of overall enthusiasm for a show, of wanting to be that up close. I remember going to see like Slipknot at the State Fair Arena. And I remember getting there like at 3, and like the doors maybe opened at 8, and it was just so
Dude,
fucking
die-hard obsessed. Like,
that's like you're just like you have all
show.
9 posters on your wall, and you're just fucking jazzed, and it was fucking awesome. And I remember I was in high school, and then waiting there for hours and hours and hours, and being into a song and like headbanging in my own way next to some dude, and he like complimented me on it, and then like
on your headbanging,
in the middle of like
good form,
sick or. What are some other good Slipknot? I mean, they're all good. They're all bangers. But
dude, duality first.
Duality is
to compliment someone on their headbanging, that's a special guy. Like that was a special person.
It was big too.
Never
I was like,
done that.
I'm for some reason of being like an only child, and then of somebody who's just like, way to go, man, that's great. And I was like, fuck yes,
thank you for your
encouraging.
Will you be my brother?
We're hanging out forever now.
Tommy? Have you ever had the feeling of sheer panic at a concert, or like felt like you were gonna die, or anything? You know what I mean? Like the opposite vibe that you want to catch at a concert.
like I gotta get the fuck out of here right now.
I've had that a couple times. If I remember, like I used to live in Norman. I was in high school, so I would go to the Opolis just on weeknights and stuff, and definitely of going through that. Then of just sometimes feeling extremely anxious or just depressed all of a sudden. But then of that kind of panic, I feel like also like I try to be like hyper punctual, so then I always kind of create panic for myself constantly.
I feel
in any casual bullshit or whatever.
It's fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you're at a show 5 hours early, so
yeah.
You know.
But I did that shit when I was younger too. Now I like to arrive either right on time or early or late.
Speaking of
one of the three.
Speaking of that 311 Zoo show, we all showed up right on time.
Our time.
We were in like this group chat. We were trying to figure out how we're all going to meet up. And we all ended up meeting up at right on time. We get right to the gate. Offspring starts their first song. It's like, cool.
It was the perfect time. It was my time. I didn't want to get there super early, but when I was young, man, I loved I saw Korn. Actually, it was the Family Values tour, 98.
Oh, whoa, okay.
The first one. I was there. We went straight from school. So we were there at like 4, and it didn't start till doors were probably at 6 or 7. Show started at 8. But we were there and we were just hanging out in the parking lot, not in the Grateful Dead or OU Sooners parking lot party pregame vibe. Just literally there, just hanging out, smoking cigarettes by the car. Just like
that's insane.
Passing the time.
Like my stepbrother, of talking to him, like after my parents remarried and he moved into the house, he talked about how he walked all the way from Del City to that show, which is a
Where was that show
8-mile walk.
Forrest Gump?
Yeah.
That is a long way to walk. Dude, that's a long way to walk.
Yeah.
What's the furthest you've ever walked? I was actually thinking about this just the other day.
I used to walk to the Senior Fashion Mall in Norman from my house. So I remember going there one time to buy this like Christian hardcore CD, forgetting my chain wallet and I walked all the way back home and got it very proudly. Walked all the way back to that Hot Topic, and then I got that CD, and then I got some Sbarros. So I may have walked like 4 miles just for that.
All right.
Yeah.
That's not that far. I was hoping for the hundreds or at least the double digits, but I walked from where my dad lives in Choctaw.
Yes.
It's like deep southeast Choctaw. I walked from there all the way to Crossroads Mall and back.
You're a liar.
God
Me and Brian
damn.
Harvey.
What?
Yeah. It was literally all day. We got there right before the mall closed. We set out at it had to be 3 days before. No,
Camped out?
No. You're going with it.
Yeah.
Dang it. It took us hours to walk there.
Yeah.
And it was like, I remember very vividly. It was like a overcast, like cool autumn day. So the walk wasn't a bad walk. It was just a weird walk because we actually walked up Choctaw Road.
I was going to ask
to 59th, walked all the way up 59th through Valley Brook in the back way of the mall.
Not even knowing what that was.
Oh, I knew. I was hoping to catch like a rogue titty.
A rogue titty.
Yeah.
How old were you?
I mean, I was old enough to drive, but we just wanted to go. We just walked, which is really stupid.
Get in a goddamn car.
I had a car.
That's fucking insane.
I think we wanted just to go on a little adventure. So let's just walk to the mall. Ate some Sbarro, came home.
Yeah.
I walked from my parents' house in Choctaw while I lived there because I was in school, all the way to my girlfriend's house on the other side of Choctaw by around where the junior high was. So that's like 4 miles or so, right?
All right.
For some sweet, sweet ass.
Did you? Oh, so wait, hold on. You show up on the doorstep.
Oh,
Yeah.
moist.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got sponge bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're definitely wearing boxers because you were how old?
Oh, 15, 16.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the other and they're puffed coming out of my dicky pants.
Your pants are wet with nut sweat. Not
Because they
even
were khakis. Yeah, they were Jinko.
But well, you said they were Dickies, though, and Dickies are heavy.
Yeah.
Dickies is like, the first word in Dickies is the first letter. Oh, my gosh. I'm just
D.
out of this world. I was going for a fucking connection here, and I completely forgot.
The Dickies were super low, though. Like they're way below the balls.
Okay,
Does that mean like the wind goes under your sack before the top of the pants?
It's just like a
maybe you
pendulum.
wouldn't sweat as much.
When was the last time you put on a pair of Dickies? Because mine was yesterday. I tried on. They're on. You know me. I'm a sucker for a deal.
Well, and you're also fashionable.
I'm at the Target and I'm looking for undies. Right by the undies is where they have their clearance rack. I'm like, let's go peruse through this clearance rack. Pair of black Dickies, and it's the skinny fit ones, the newer ones. I'm like, they're a size bigger than I normally wear, but I figured you got to do that with Dickies anyway, right?
That's true. They did run small.
Because you want to bust that sweet sag.
Yeah. Like Chino from the Deftones.
Took him to I held my hand and my wife came around the corner and she goes, "Are you going to try those on?" And exactly like that.
That delivery was completely her.
Yeah.
The look in your eyes, like, really?
That was hostile.
Yeah.
And I go, "But they're the skinny ones." She goes, "Okay." And I try them on and I put them on, like they fit well on the leg, but they still had that Dickies waistband, like that, like 9 foot tall waistband. And then the pockets just poke out.
Yeah, I can't do it.
I feel like
Can't do it anymore.
a cartoon character of a cowboy with like the bowed leg. It was ridiculous. I don't think I can ever wear Dickies again.
I don't think I'm ever going back. I wore the shit out of them.
Oh, absolutely.
When I was in junior high school, I wore black. I think I probably had like, no joke, because I'd buy them at Walmart, and they were like the cheap, like
$20 a pair or something.
Like old man cut, super boxy, not fashionable at all. But I probably had like 5 to 7 pair of just the black, and then I had like a gray and a blue. I think I had a khaki. I think
Classic
there was a khaki in
I
there.
had a pair of purple ones once.
That's really
Whoa,
cool.
okay.
You Barney?
I got them because I had this. I would tear pictures out of like the hit parader and put them on my wall. And there was one of Mike Ness wearing like this wife beater and like what I thought were purple Dickies.
Yeah.
And like these like creepers. And I was like, that looks cool shit. I'm gonna get some purple Dickies. And it wasn't until just now that I'm realizing it was probably the stage lights hitting his black Dickies to make them look purple.
Yeah, that red light hits that black Dickie.
If I may make a recommendation, I think you would like a Zoot suit.
You know,
Have you ever tried on a Zoot suit?
No.
Josh?
You wanna so bad.
Oh, hold on. Look at me.
No. Yes. Okay, I've tried on a Zoot suit. There was a period in the late 90s where there was a thing called the swing revival. And I jumped on that swing revival just a little bit. I never bought an album, but I would listen to like, not Cherry Poppin' Daddies, because that wasn't like real.
What about the Squirrel Nut Zippers?
I love Squirrel Nut Zippers.
What, love?
I still do.
There's no D on the end of that,
No,
though.
I love Squirrel Nut Zippers.
What else?
You guys are all saying things that I don't
Are we
understand.
talking like gibberish to you right now?
Pull up
Yeah.
Zoot Suit.
Yeah.
You just
I
gotta,
know what a Zoot
oh, okay.
suit... Like,
do you know about the riots? Well, it was just one riot.
yes.
You threw back a bottle of beer.
Okay, we're going too deep.
No, it's just We've talked about this. I'm younger than you guys,
Yeah.
and you guys are like, I know about the music and everything, and like part of the culture going on when I was 7. But you guys are hitting on all the things that I don't fucking know. Like all these words. I'm just like, I've never even put on a pair of Dickies before. Like,
What?
Yeah, no.
Speaking of going back to the swing thing, so I really need to talk about this ad nauseum. Did the Lou Bega Mambo No. 5 come out around that time?
It did. Lou Bega's Mambo No. 5 was pop, like, what genre of, like, maybe like a pop R&B's, like.
Well, it's like Mambo, right?
They're latching their shit onto that fucking swing revival car. Like, hey, we can do that too. Like, it didn't work out for Lou Bega. Do you think Lou Bega toured?
Of course.
Oh, hell yeah.
Do you think?
He probably still does.
Do you think people just yelled out Mambo No. 5? Do you think he had a set list where he played?
He was
more
so
than
popular that my band in middle school, I played trombone on Lou Bega Mambo No. 5 with my middle school band at the zoo.
Wow.
That popular.
Crowning achievement.
Sheet music
all-
for that song.
All
Sheet music.
Someone
downhill.
took the time to write the sheet music for that.
Yeah, with the, and
For
did you
multiple
guys,
instruments.
It was
did
really
you-
fun.
Yeah.
Was the vocal melody played on like trumpet or something?
You know, I had the low end.
My
You're a
high
bass
school
man.
jazz band covered wow. It's gone.
I love that song, dude.
Frankenstein, that's what it was.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's dope.
We covered
Edgar Winter?
Frankenstein. Yeah.
Oh,
Or the classic Halloween song, you know?
No,
like,
no, you said-
Frankenstein, and I'm
you
a
said
hell
Frankenstein.
of a
And
guy.
I'm like, yeah, is that really?
No.
And I'm a hell of a guy. I thought you meant like Feed My Frankenstein.
That'd be cool.
Oh,
It's made
man.
popular in the movie Wayne's World.
Yeah.
Again.
Or just by Alice Cooper.
Back to your Zoot Suit. When and where? When and where?
How many?
It was 1999.
Okay.
Prime year for that swing revival. One, it was gonna be for prom,
Whoa.
That's a statement,
and I
my
ended up
dude.
not going to prom again.
Big surprise.
So a movie like John Favreau's Swingers,
Right.
great movie. They made him look cool.
They wore Zoot Suits in that movie?
No, but they wore like zoot suit pants pretty much, and then like long chains.
Okay.
But you know, there's like a swing dance thing there, so it's like big.
See,
Big
I've never
deal.
seen Swingers, and I had no idea that had anything to do with swing music.
It didn't. It's well, it kind of. I mean,
Loosely related?
well, they go to a bar.
referenced?
They
at
go to the
least?
Green Mill. I think it's the Green Mill in Chicago, and they dance.
What you looking at there, Josh?
I'm looking at a zoot suit.
Okay, so
But
did you
it's
have the
purple.
long jacket?
Well, that's what a zoot suit is, my friend. A zoot suit, the jacket goes to right at the knee.
That's so fucking
There he is.
dumb.
Oh.
Good God, that's ridiculous.
But wait,
It's
is this
like this is a cartoon character that's just dressing up in a regular suit. Like that's what Zoot Suits. That's
yeah,
like,
like how you draw Captain America with too large of pecs and giant arms
Yeah.
and shit, but a tiny head.
and then people saw that and were like, "I'm gonna do that."
I got to get on
Look at
that, man.
fat ass tie,
Well, it's not,
dude.
well, it's not only that's what I'm gonna say. The tie
It's
is
a
fat.
bib.
The tie, yeah, and the tie stops in your
What the
sternum.
fuck?
Oh,
That's
no.
not a zoot suit. I don't know
That
what
dude
that
from
is.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit is cool looking.
Yeah, exactly. But wait, is this cultural appropriation?
Yes, it would be. I would assume Latin cultural appropriation.
Yeah, that's really
Oh.
cool. I love the pants.
Yeah, I love when I can zip up my chest hair.
Listen,
dude.
man, I've said it before on this podcast. I've had some fashionable mishaps, let's just say, throughout my life. But here's the thing: I only wore it in the store and I didn't buy it. I didn't wear it out.
Okay, you needed to try it. You test drove it.
Well, yeah, it was again. The swing river was really huge, and there was those stores that would rent out. You can rent a tuxedo for prom. Well, since the swing revival was real big, not only did Lou Bega catch on that train, so did Al's Tuxedos in Midwest City.
Of course, and they directly went on the clearance rack in the year
man.
2000.
Oh yeah, no one's wearing that shit.
I will say I did to one prom. I had a pinstripe suit, and I thought pinstripes were the fucking coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
Pinstripe equaled like class,
Oh yeah.
and now like pinstripes are considered, I guess, tacky. I don't know, but I still think a nice pinstripe suit. That is over the
That's
fucking
crazy.
top.
Okay, that's for the stage, right? That's like stage makeup.
Yeah, that's like
In the Zoot
5
Suit
inches
form.
into the stage, though. That's like,
Oof, so bad.
Anywho, but
Tommy,
yeah,
what's on your mind, man? Hey, thanks for coming back. by
No,
the way.
yeah, of course. Thanks for having me back.
Robbie, again, your segues are killer.
That wasn't even a segue.
I was so excited that you were today because I thought that you were going to be last week and that I was going to miss it.
Oh,
I was-
dang, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a
Hella
D-bag.
bummed.
D-bag.
Oh my
Ouch.
gosh.
I meant to say D-boy's bag, and it just kind of just bled into D-bag.
I'm
Yeah.
feeling the promos are about to cut after this. Robbie Ray, the Zoot Suit Kid, and D-Bag. We're really starting to sound like the Morning Zoo crew here. It's
The
terrible.
morning Zoot Suit.
Well, it goes
crew.
back to like what the dime bag nickname. It's just shortened dime bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's not douchebag. Take back the D-bag.
Take back the D
But
bag.
no, I think the bag is the bad part because D is obviously for Dylan, but D-Bag, like
He's
what-
D-bag. He's always got a little baggie of weed.
he carries a satchel around
That's
with
a
him. all the time.
connotation.
Or it's like a coke. That's a coke dealer named Derek. D-bag.
That's
always got the bags.
I guess.
But what is on your mind? Speaking of
What's
transitions.
on my mind? You're talking about concert memories and stuff, and I remember makes me realize I've seen Aerosmith 4 times.
All right.
Damn.
Okay,
Yeah.
so now take us eras. Just quickly, what eras?
So this is all
And we'll dive into those.
So that record, Just Push Play, that had Jaded on it.
with Pink and all the.
Yeah. Well, Pink was on. I know a lot about this for some reason. Pink was on the record before that.
I thought Pink was on Play because it had that
No.
sexy robot on the cover.
Sexy Robot was on said cover. However, Pink was on 9 Lives with the other
Okay.
single, Fallen in Love is Hard on the Knees.
It is. No,
It's a good song.
I like it a lot.
Here's
still.
the thing. I always hated Aerosmith,
Honestly.
but as an older man, I'm like, I can respect some of it. I don't like when they get all bluesy and shit, but
What's weird too is that you think about hair metal really big in the 80s
Mhm.
and all that died with grunge, but then Aerosmith just blossomed into its own kind of weird fucked up thing.
what are they
Yeah.
just like, now we're going to fuck it. We're going to keep doing it.
They're super popular, like Wayne's World also.
Well, which is
Yeah.
weird when you're a kid, you see Wayne's World and you see like he's wearing an Aerosmith shirt and you're like, I bet they got to be fucking rock and roll. He's like, that's kind of.
Aerosmith is rock and roll.
Yeah.
But they just have some moments where they dive into this like gypsy grandma music.
Yeah.
You know?
I got to meet Steven Tyler.
Really?
Yeah, he was super nice. Like, I was walking to school downtown, and he was like just straight up walking through Bricktown. Like their
Oh,
show
man.
was that night, and he was walking his little dog and had 2 like people with him, and I saw him from behind, and I just like yelled for him. I was like, Steven Tyler, and he was and he turned around, and I was like, oh my god, and he was like, what's up? And I like ran up to him, and I was like, I know this might be like annoying or whatever, but it would mean a lot to me if I could take a picture with you. Like, I grew up listening to your music and everything, and like, if I could send a picture of you and me together to my grandpa, it would make his entire life. And he was like, yeah, totally, dude. That's great. And then everyone from my school walked outside and saw me about to take a picture with Steven Tyler. So they all joined into the picture, which is annoying as fuck.
That would have been a real letdown.
But it was like, he had his arm around me and I had my arm around him, and then the class was like behind us.
Dude, that's when you take that shit and
fucking
Photoshop
epic.
and
Yeah,
Photoshop those fuckers out.
You totally flipped that around.
Yeah.
If it was like a sea of people with you and old Stevie T in the middle, but if you're like front and center and they're like behind you, around you,
Yeah.
pretty cool. I'm putting that back in the cool column.
My grandpa freaked the fuck out. It was so funny. But yeah, he was really nice. Like, he was just like hanging out, and I'm sure the last thing he wanted was someone to run up and be like, hey, can you do an errand for me?
Be surrounded by
No, I heard him on the
kids.
Joe Rogan podcast recently, and he seems like a pretty cool dude.
I thought that episode was awesome.
Yeah.
I think he's a little crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
totally.
I think 40 years of rocking, you know. I think it'd make your deuces go wild.
What's
after
the
a while.
conspiracy theory that he said that he like believed in, and then Joe Rogan like just hit him with the fact, and he goes, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, I don't remember exactly.
Was it some alien?
Yeah, something about aliens, and Joe was like, "Well, I don't think it's that. It's they say that it's this," and he just goes, "Huh, okay," and just totally let go of his whole.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind this thing that I've been thinking about for 20 years. No.
What a life.
Did you see Aerosmith on the Honkin' on Bobo tour?
I don't think I did,
My
because
favorite album.
I saw Aerosmith
Ever.
So it was like twice by themselves with Fuel, and then the other two were with Kiss. So I think that was all before
Now-
Honkin' on
Now,
Bobo.
now you got me on Fuel here.
Yeah.
So, which era of Fuel are we talking? Like
Right when Hemorrhage came out.
in my house?
Probably the only tour, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, Shimmer was their
One and
first
done.
hit, right?
I have no clue, Zoot Suit.
I think it was. Again, I have a lot of regrets. I got a lot of regrets.
I think there's only
okay.
didn't Fuel have one hit or
No.
maybe two?
Shimmer was the first one. It's coming on a hill.
That's
That's
Shimmer.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And then in my hands again. Those are two different songs.
Oh, I did like that song kind
Yeah.
of. Hemorrhage in my hands, yeah.
Fuel,
Did they sing that song,
they're decent.
Take Your Picture? It was on the Little
That
Nicky soundtrack.
Filter?
Filter, that's
Yeah,
Filter.
Ugh.
Different F band.
Whoa.
I
We
saw-
don't talk like that here on the show, dude. Wow.
I saw Aerosmith with ZZ Top.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Like, ZZ Top was cool. But then I saw them again, like, no joke, like 5 or 6 months later, and they opened up for Tom Petty and played the exact same set with they changed the covers to different Jimi Hendrix songs. But I mean, like, no one's going to see ZZ Top for the deep cuts. So, I mean, like, yeah,
No.
you got, they're like, yeah, we're going to play the same 20 songs until we die, and we're going to make bank.
And that's okay.
You know those
Yep.
20 hits we have? We're just going to play all those.
Yeah, definitely.
Dude, it's like
That's what they
going back
did,
to that
too.
Pumpkin show. They played 31 songs.
That's crazy.
That's a lot of songs, and their songs aren't all real short.
Yeah.
It's a long, solid set.
That's a lot.
And they did it right. They threw a couple covers in. They played a few tracks that I was kind of like, okay, but there was never one where I was like, this is lame. Like, why am I here?
Yeah.
Even the shitters were okay. You know?
So when Aerosmith plays, so you've seen them 3 times?
4.
4 times. So when they play, I'm sure they do the hits. They probably do some deep cuts. And okay, so like 311 does this thing in the middle of their set where they kind of do this like drum jam thing. Does Aerosmith, because they just seem like the kind of band, do they do a blues jam?
Not on this one, because this was, pre Honkin' on Bobo. So there.
Okay, you keep saying honking on Bobo.
So it was like a blues cover record after Just Push Play, I think.
Okay.
But what they would do is that on this Just Push Play record, they had a song called Beyond Beautiful, talking about some girl, and then when you would go into the chorus, the graphics from said robot lady would switch to the American flag waving.
Gross. Dude, the cover of Honkin' on Bobo could maybe not be any more Aerosmith.
No, that's perfect.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, talk about a euphemism.
But see, that looks
Zoot
like...
Suits, too.
Yeah.
oh, they're wearing Zoot Suits on the back.
Oh, no.
So what year did that
Josh,
come out?
put it on.
You got it.
Oh,
See, that cover looks like it would have came on like 76 though.
it's a good
Does it?
cover, but it. I'm over here trying to defend Honkin' on Bobo album art.
Yeah, dude, this is
Well,
Classic
Bobo's
Aerosmith,
obviously
man.
the
Right.
name of a harmonica, but
or your dick.
but that lipstick, yes, it's chicks honking on Bobo.
It would be funny if the lipstick was wrapped around the other way,
yeah.
like it was put in the mouth on the side. See, that's what they should have done.
That's the thing though. They were like music. It seems like music back then was like it was about sex, but it was way more subtle, which is pretty cool. I don't know.
It's
It's
that's
not so out in the open, but
I felt like it was pretty out in the open though.
Yeah,
well, I mean, like instead of saying like, I'm gonna
suck
fuck
my
you till
dick.
the
Yeah,
break of dawn. It's like, oh, come on, Bobo.
like I'm your
know?
backdoor man.
or
you
even-
know,
backdoor
you know what
man,
he's
like-
talking
Like
about.
even like the creepy underage songs, like that Ringo Starr song "She's 16."
no, dude,
Yeah.
there's so many creepy under. There's the 17.
There's Christine 16 by Kiss.
Yeah, what was the third? There's the Ted Nugent's got one about a fucking 13-year-old. It's like all this underage shit.
Wait, is that Wang Dang Sweet Poontang?
Yes.
So
Is it really?
Yes.
Well, there's-
I was just trying to be
there's an
funny.
was like
Iggy Pop song called 16 or Sweet 16.
And I get it when you're like, if you wrote the song when you were 18, you're singing about a
Yeah.
16-year-old, that's fine. But when you're like 60, maybe you don't perform that song live anymore.
Or you go like Sweet 34. It ages with you, Like Paul's up there like, she was just 81. How old is he now? He's not 80, is he?
81, Paul.
He's 72, right? I
Or
think.
3. Yeah.
72,
He's
73.
old as fuck.
I remember the year that he turned 64, and I remember I was being cute. I was just like, man, I sure hope someone's taking care of him when he's 64.
He's 66.
Hope somebody's still...
That's
Really?
that's the singer of Kiss.
Now you're looking for Paul McCartney.
Oh, dang it.
Dude, no, wait. Is that a real? No, wait. Is that a real picture? Because it looks like a fucking Madame Tussauds fucking wax museum
It's
picture.
bad.
That's the Star. That's the Star
Somebody
Child,
said
man.
Kiss, and I'm stuck.
I was like, 66? Damn, he's doing all right.
But I'm surprised. But I'm still surprised. Paul Stanley's 66. I mean, goddamn, Peter Criss is 72.
Yeah, he's the old fart of the group.
Jesus.
He was the dad who got the band together.
You
You can
think
practice it in my house.
76.
All right. Older than I
Paul
thought.
McCartney.
It's an old fella.
You think next year, when Gene Simmons has a birthday, he's going to go up to Shannon Tweed and be like, you know what that means? I'm just saying. I don't know.
That's his phrase. That's his phrase.
Is he still with Shannon Tweed?
Who cares? Who gives a shit?
I tugged it to Shannon Tweed quite a bit. back
I
in the day.
might have rolled the ween to some Skinamax.
Oh, she was on all the
Shannon
Skinamax
Tweed.
movies.
Yeah. She was the queen of Skinamax, I
She
think.
sure was.
You guys hear that Rock and Bruce is closing?
Yeah, it's a shame.
Bummer.
Yeah.
Did you ever go?
No.
You were supposed to go.
I went to the ribbon cutting and Gene and Paul were there. So I was like 10 feet from them. And it was what you would expect from somebody who knows about Gene and Paul.
Did
and
they
their
like,
business.
hop out of the Lincoln Continental and right back in after the?
They came out from inside, but like no meet and greet, nothing. They came out, said, thank you all for coming today. And we're going to cut this ribbon. And then
Was Bernie Sanders there with him too?
and they cut the ribbon and then they left. It was just like, yeah, they literally are.
I don't know
Flew
what
in
it
for
is
that.
about fucking Gene Simmons, but if I see Gene Simmons, I automatically think of Jim Tappert from Bar Rescue because they look a lot alike.
John Taffer.
John Tapper.
Or Jim Tapper.
Jim Tapper. I don't fucking watch television. I don't know. They just seem like the same dude in my head. I don't know. It's weird.
I wonder if John Taffer could go as Gene Simmons for Halloween, if he could really pull it off.
I bet he does.
Because is Gene Simmons tall?
Tall
He
guy.
is,
It's
right?
just those boots.
Is
though.
it just
Those
the boots?
platforms.
I think he's like average size, but he's got those like 4
4
like
foot
3,
boots.
4
Yeah.
inch heeled boots.
4-inch creepers.
But Love Gun is a very sweet song.
Dude,
Dude,
Yeah, it is.
I like Kiss's music.
No, me
I
too.
like their image. I think that they were a powerful entity for their time. I get it. Are they the best musicians? No, but they wrote some good hits, and that's
Yeah,
what it's
dude.
really all about.
they wrote
you know?
some bangers.
Oh, I wrote something else down. I just remembered.
What's
that same tour where Kiss played before Aerosmith, who, not Peter Criss, but whoever is the cat in the band now, came out and had a fucking towel around his neck and started singing Beth. Went through all that bullshit. And then after it was over and we were in Dallas, he walks off stage and he says, "Thank you, Houston." And then boos.
Oh.
Fucking roaring boos. And he's like, I was just kidding. And he's like, no, he just totally fucked that up.
Yeah, how are you going to backpedal in front of like 25,000 people?
Yeah.
You know?
You don't.
There's no
You
way.
just don't.
Oh, I've never heard a concert flub like that. I've never heard the wrong city.
I bet in Texas especially, people get fucking
Oh, they
pissed
get real
about
pissed.
that.
I went to actually one of the first show that my wife and I ever went together to. We were dating for like 3 months, and it was my birthday. She bought me tickets to NoFX in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
And Fat Mike comes out. They don't even strum a chord yet. And he says, "Dallas, Texas. Wish it was fucking Austin." And then starts talking shit on Dallas. And everyone's just like, dude, fuck you, man. Like, Texans, they're really territorial with their cities.
Well, let's just be honest. I think Fat Mike is kind of known for being an ass.
Yeah.
Like, generally an ass.
Mhm.
Great punk singer.
Yeah.
Good bass player.
Writes decent songs.
But kind of an ass.
I think he's leaned into that character of Fat Mike too much.
Ugh.
Let go. Let go and let God.
That's what I always say.
How do you, like, where do you get off? You're gonna do that? Like, you're about to play a show. Like, you haven't even played the show yet. Like,
Didn't even strum a chord.
you're not cool enough to talk shit like that.
Like, if the
no
show
one
went
is.
terrible
Yeah.
and like fights were breaking out, maybe they had to kick somebody out or somebody bum rushed the stage.
Yeah.
Say that at the end of the set.
Totally.
I get
Yeah.
that.
And
you
they
know?
were like, hey, fuck you guys.
But you know, it's so punk to come out and just piss off the entire audience of people who are paying to see you that night.
It's
That's
the dick,
terrible.
It's the it better be good dickhead dad.
Oh, it's a dickhead punk.
Dickhead
Even
punk.
worse.
Didn't he make some people drink his pee like a South by Southwest?
That wouldn't surprise me.
Like, he passed around a tequila bottle and he said it
Yes.
was that. Then they showed a camera later and they showed him peeing into said
Into the-
bottle.
Yeah. Yeah. I've heard that.
That's totally illegal, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's art.
no,
Piss art?
Not if you
Piss
make
art.
someone swallow your piss.
Piss is art, bro.
You know what else is art? Him getting the shit kicked out of him on stage.
I'm sure
He's
that'll
lucky that
happen.
didn't happen.
Only God can judge him. Dylan.
That's so punk. What's worse than the youth pastor that's trying to be cool and is like, you know what's really punk, guys? Being a Christian. Let me tell you why. Spins his chair around, puts his hat on backwards.
His fedora.
Or
the backwards fedora.
It'd be even worse
Good
if
look.
he starts like has like a fucking PowerPoint presentation as to why
It's like
Jesus is punk.
P-U-N-K.
Yeah.
P is for power. Man, punk is power. Positivity's power. The scripture, positive power.
U is for unity. We got to unite as Christians, brothers and sisters in Christ.
N is for no way, man. I don't want those drugs. Get that beer away from me. I'm a Christian. I'm not like you, you sheep.
K is for the kingdom of heaven.
Where we're all going. All right.
Nailed it.
The big
Perfect.
mosh pit in the sky.
Wow. Speaking of, I was thinking about cover bands the other day, and I thought, if this isn't taken, then we're missing out on a big opportunity here.
Like a band name?
Yeah, it'd be a Christian band, and they would go by the name of Jeezer. Okay,
Uh-huh.
hear me out. They've got songs like "Tired of Sin." You know,
It's like the Weird Al, but they only do Weezer covers.
it's Christian covers of Weird Al songs.
Weezer songs.
Wow, yeah, wow, that would be a mashup, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Say it ain't. Yeah. Yeah.
Come on, give me one.
If
But
you want
Buddy
to destroy
Christ.
my sins, it's a good one.
Yeah. Are you? So he's talking to God at that point?
I'm thinking,
Yeah.
oh man, it's on the tip of my tongue.
I'm
Sinner
done.
songs.
I'm done. She's not a Christian.
Oh,
There you go. That's a good line.
I was trying to think of something like, I look just like Cain and Abel. Oh, and you're Mary Magdalene.
There you go.
Something
Hey.
like that.
Some along them lines.
Still working on my Weezer. I'll get there. But yeah, I just thought it would be funny. I just think the name is funny. I think if you put
Jeezer.
it in the font, it'd be cute.
Yeah.
Is that now?
Can't stop
It would be the
praying.
J with the.
Nice. Is that sacrilege though? Would somebody think that that's sacrilegious?
No, because you're literally, Robbie, you were
You're-
literally converting
That's exactly what I was
those
going to say.
songs.
You know, Jesus hang out with the prostitutes. You knew that?
Oh,
You know
dude,
it?
I said that to my parents all the time when they were like talking about friends that I hang out with and going to shows. Like God hung out with the sinners and the dirty people. He flipped over tables.
Got him.
Did he?
Yeah, remember big scene in the scene.
The scene. What's your
The Bible-
favorite Bible scene?
where he goes to the temple and the merchants are there selling things and exchanging money, and he goes, "Fuck this!" and flips that table over.
He gives them an elbow drop.
And he throws shit. He's like,
The
"Fuck
people's
this
elbow.
shit. This is the house of the Lord."
But he really said it in like oldie time talk,
Yeah,
right?
something like that.
Then he gave him a stunner.
gave him a stone cold stunner.
Tommy, do you watch wrestling?
I used to on like the WWF Attitude Era.
Yeah.
Watched all that.
I
And
should say on the WB. Yeah.
WWF. Then that, and then WCW before that. Then it got kind of lame, and then you get converted over to the WWF, and they have I actually found this old like ring card because I saw the WWF at the State Fair Arena a long time ago, and like the title fight, it was like Stone Cold Steve Austin, Kane, Undertaker, and Mankind, like
Wow.
a title match, but it wouldn't change in Oklahoma, obviously,
Right.
But it was like The Rock, and then like a match with him and somebody else, and then a tag team match with Edge and Christian and
Dude.
somebody else, and then the women's match, it was just arm wrestling.
Oh, wow.
Fucked up.
Gross.
So terrible.
But I forget, it's like, oh yeah, it was super racy.
Yeah.
Dude, what the WWE or F really hasn't aged well. I'm a
No.
fair weather wrestling fan,
Mhm.
but watching the older stuff, the archival stuff, it's like, dude, like the Attitude Era was all tits and ass,
Yeah.
and it was over the top.
Mhm.
And
Well,
now
that's
they got rid of the divas. Even there's no like the divas in wrestling. They don't call them that anymore, which is fine. That's great.
Yeah.
But it
Wasn't-
used to be so the opposite.
Wasn't there a wrestling organization called TNA?
Yeah.
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 And it was
Yeah,
all
it's
about
still there.
And
TNA,
it had 6 rings instead of 4.
but it was all about like tits and ass. That's right, like girls with big.
But I feel like
boobies.
Attitude Era was way more.
Yeah.
I remember like bikini matches and all that kind
Now is that when Hollywood Hulk Hogan came out
Yeah.
with the black
And the Jinkos.
Yeah.
and the fucking black tar painted mustache?
But that was WCW.
oh, was it?
Yeah.
Or the feather boa?
Same era though.
Mhm.
That it was like late 90s, early
That's
2000s.
like just trying to grab on to like something to stay relevant.
Anything.
Yeah.
And that's got to be sad, man.
I mean, he did it though. I mean, like, I feel like Hulk Hogan, as soon as he like came into wrestling, like, as long as he was there, he was always relevant. Like, I mean,
I heard he's going back.
probably. I mean, they all kind of like the Undertaker just came back, which is fucking rad, and he's like old school Undertaker, which is cool.
But he had that, or Hulk Hogan had that sex tape though, and said
Yeah, that's disgusting.
pretty racy stuff.
Oh, I didn't know about
He said that. He had the reality show.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about like these bigwigs. Like
Mhm.
he sits down with his manager and maybe some people from VH1 or whatever. And he's like, we got to bring the Hulkster back, man. We got to get him back in the limelight. And he's like, got an idea for a reality show. It's your family. Never been done before. Brand new idea.
Hear me out.
All right, hold on. And Hulk's like, no, brother, I don't think I'm very interested. And he's like, hold on. Wait till you hear the name. Hogan Knows Best. And he slaps the paper and he goes, huh, you know what, brother? I do know best. Sign me up.
But that doesn't even make sense. Like most reality shows, they're a pun or they're based. It's wordplay. Hogan Knows Best. It's based on Father Knows Best. But
And he's the father. Follow me.
Oh, well, hold on.
Right,
you
but-
lost me. You lost me already.
but like there's no wordplay in it. Like I would have been like Hogan's the hero of the you know what I mean? Something
All right.
along that line.
I might have went with Hogan Knows Best, but
it doesn't work for me.
just
But
did
that
you
was
watch
okay.
it?
But
Did
there
you
was
watch
like
it?
that was a whole time when speaking of jumping on fucking bandwagons, there was the family reality shows. There was that shit. There was the Osbournes, fucking the Barkers, Meet the Barkers.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. And the Kardashians have been going on for a really long
Well,
time.
they
too.
were in that thing.
Yeah.
They've been doing that for a very long time.
And it's easy to make fun of the Kardashians, but have you ever actually sat and watched the show?
It's been a really long time. Maybe
Yeah.
since I was living at home.
It's edited well. It's lit well. It's a show that exists.
It's filmed.
It is aired, But the thing is it's just all so trite. Like it's like what it's like, spying in a random rich person's house with a highly dysfunctional family.
But it's scripted as fuck.
Well, scripted, but just there's no point.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, Kylie got a new lipstick color. Let's go to the party, or somebody's working on some fashion, or we're all getting the family together to take a photo for Vogue magazine. I mean, to me it just holds zero water.
Yeah.
Like it's just fucking boring.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I thought reality television was on its way out. Like people weren't really watching it anymore, and they started amping it up with like. They brought Big Brother to the U.S. because, in the foreign ones, like people fuck on it, and it's like it's real racy. Real world got real, started like getting fights, like scripting bigger fights and shit, and then it kind of died out again. And then Kim Kardashian fucks Ray J, and then
and then along comes Honey Boo Boo.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Like, I used to watch that shit, to be honest. Like, I was like, I bought into it. I was like, okay, trashy family, weird kids. Crazy little girl. Okay, I'm going to watch this. And boy, do I wish I could have got those hours back.
I bet,
like,
dude.
real bad.
Or even like I just love like this kind of brain melting, like watching Jersey Shore.
Oh,
It's like fucking numbing out for
but
hours.
doesn't it make you feel so dirty? It makes me feel so filthy if I watch
I have
a
a heavier
Jersey
conscience
Shore.
about other things.
Okay.
I
feel you.
I had a girlfriend who was way into reality shows and watched all of them. So when I would watch them, I could feel myself getting dumber. And I'm not saying that like to be on a high horse about it. It's like I literally just started feeling brain cells like dying. You know what I mean? Like,
And everybody has their thing. Everybody has their
hell, I love Zoot Suits.
You do. You're wearing one right now.
You finally
thank
admitted
you.
it.
It looks dashing on you.
I think it's
Swinging,
the giant
dare I say.
wide brim fedora that really.
That's something we didn't touch on earlier. The hat is in the long list of worst parts of that outfit. The hat's up there.
It's the only person who could rock a fucking Zoot Suit with the giant fedora, Darkwing Duck.
Yep.
Or the mask.
Yeah,
That's
that's
very true.
Yeah. Wait, hold on.
You said that like you were offended.
Yeah, 'cause Darkwing-
hold on.
Excuse me,
only wore pants on.
Yeah, he only wore half of a zoot suit.
Yeah.
I thought he had striped pants.
No.
I don't think so.
Damn it.
Like Pooh Bear. Nothing.
Did the mask come out? What year did the mask come out?
95.
Or
Did this align
6.
perfectly with
I
the
thi-
zoot suit
you know what?
resurgence?
I'll go out and say that I think the mask jump started the swing revival. Because there's a whole like thing in there where he's
Yeah.
like,
The Mask came out July 28th, 1990.
That's so much earlier than I would have thought.
Now,
yeah,
Dylan,
same here. Thanks, Dylan.
D-Bag, do me a favor. Can you
Wow.
Google
Is that a thing now?
when
No,
did the
it's not.
swing revival start? Or swing revival 90s? I'm saying like 96, 97, 98.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
One of those 3 years.
Yeah, I'm gonna say sometime in the 90s.
Okay. That's a Wikipedia page.
Okay,
Just the
Well,
90s.
Yeah, Wikipedia just said the 90s.
Yeah.
Weird.
All right, well, moving on.
93.
That's fair.
All right,
there we go.
before.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
So-
the mask, and maybe the mask helped springboard it.
Yeah, it didn't
Yeah.
usher it in, but maybe it helped, boost it up.
Yeah. I watched that movie all the time when I was little, but I
The
never,
Mask?
Yeah, but I never wanted to. I didn't see the mask and be like, "Oh man, that guy looks cool." But maybe I wasn't old enough to think he looked
Have
cool.
you ever seen a bottle of mustard?
Yeah, I'm gonna
gonna dress
dip my
like
suit
that.
in it. Yeah.
But did you say
Hold
all
on,
those catchphrases
hold
all the
on.
time?
That face.
Mm-hmm.
Did you think the mask looked cool?
Yeah.
I thought it was mask.
Did
looked
you?
Cool.
No.
When he's in that
you
dance
nodded
club,
yes, but you said no.
he's in that yellow fucking zoot suit, and his head turns into coyote, and he goes ooga, and
All
Right.
right. You were.
When-
You know what? We were still young and impressionable back then. I mean, you were 12.
I just
when
like
the movie
giant
came out.
suits, Steve Harvey's that
You're just
guy.
really overlooking the fact that his face is green.
And bald. and he
No,
didn't have any
no,
ears.
Huge teeth.
Yeah.
Here's the thing with that movie: everyone overlooked the fact that his head was gigantic, abnormally shaped, and green.
And no ears.
He had no ears,
Large
Giant,
teeth.
very
Really?
white teeth too.
Yeah.
and he can transform his head into a comic character if he wants to, a cartoon.
Was it just his head that could transform because of the mask, right?
I think it was all of him,
All
but
of
you
him.
only saw his face.
Yeah. Motherfucker's got no ears. No
God, that
ears.
fucking Halloween mask is scary.
Oh yeah,
as
he has a
shit.
normal neck
Yeah.
because it just is a mask.
Yeah.
So.
It's really scary. Look at the veins on the side of the head. Like that's really.
You know what it looks
creepy
like?
to
It
me.
looks like they used the prosthetics they used for Max Headroom and then just painted it green.
Oh shit, man. Yeah.
Oh, Cameron Diaz though. Boy howdy. Yeah, this scene here with the tongue hanging out, that scared the shit out of me when I was a kid.
Yeah.
That's creepy.
I was just a wiener. Like
Yeah,
anything scared me, still does.
There were definitely parts of this movie that kind of freaked me out when I was little.
Give me your best God damn. Give me your best mask.
smoking.
It's pretty good. Tommy, you want to try one?
Somebody stop me.
Dang it. Those are the two good ones.
Yeah, I can't remember any
Those
of
are
the
the
lines
two
from
that I
it.
knew.
I
Yeah.
think.
Those are the two. That was his yeah, baby.
Ugh. Yeah. Tell you what, let's take a quick break on that note. We will be right back. BoysPodcast.com. It's a hub of all things boys. There you will find links to our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, as well as a golden donate button. If you're feeling generous, send a few bucks our way. It helps keep the lights on. BoysPodcast.com.
Boys is available on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, YouTube. Rate, review, subscribe.
You can email us at boys@boyspodcast.com. Leave a little bit of feedback, little love, little hate, whatever. Put your physical address, not your email address, not your Yahoo, not your AOL, not your Snapchat ID, your physical address. We'll send you some free stickies.
Thank you to our lone sponsor, our sole sponsor, this is the second time I'm not starting over, fatbison.com, maker of high-quality wooden furniture, signs, home decor, and more. I know you've been wanting that Live, Laugh, Love sign. Get it in real wood, American-made.
A rich mahogany, just to live, laugh, love on the wall right above your pantry.
Made with love by our friend Matt. Check him out at fatbison.com.
Lastly, thank you for your donations and your wonderful feedback. All right.
Let's get the show back on the road. Welcome back to Boys, and we have a special guest. Sorry to interrupt, Tommy, but if you just scoot over a little bit. Come on in.
Is this okay?
Yeah, that's great.
All right. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Thanks.
Cool. Is it? Are you recording now?
Yes.
We're on. We're good. Rob, first, I just want to thank you so much for having me on. As you may have seen in the news, the liberal elites or the technocrats have taken my voice away from me.
Well,
I can't.
That's why I invited you on, Mr. Jones. I know you're going through a little bit of a struggle right now, and you know,
Infowars.com is better than ever, but they've taken my voice away from me. I can't do. YouTube just pulled me. Spotify just pulled me. Just go to Infowars.com. We're still 7 days a week, 14 hours every day.
you are quite a workhorse. Where do you get your energy from?
Well, I sell supplements on my website that give you energy boost, but at the same time, it increases brain activity. That's why I'm able to just do so much research of all these conspiracies that are out in the world right now.
Well, could you name 10 for me?
Well, there's one going on right now. I don't know if you've heard about it. The liberal media is kind of blocking it out, but and NASA won't tell you this either. Never a straight answer. But there's a meteor coming to the planet. It is the size of my home state of Texas. It is going to wipe out almost 80% of the population.
I have heard nothing about this.
It's well, no one's talking about it. No, only Infowars. We tell the truth. You only hear it from us. Infowars.com. It's going to come to the planet. And from my researchers, my brilliant staff over at Infowars.com, they tell me that the social justice warrior, liberal Ben Affleck, he's been sanctioned by NASA to go take care of this meteor. What I think it is, I think he's actually a part of it. And him and the Hollywood elites, Pizzagate, they are not only are they molesting children, but they are also working on interplanetary means of communicating with alien species.
Well, I heard something also unrelated, sorry, but something about the president recently and men.
Oh, the president has sex with 10 men a day. Former president.
Which one?
Barack Obama.
Oh, okay. Just to clear that up.
Yeah, that's whatever.
Okay. Oh, it's whatever.
It's whatever.
Oh, all right.
So I got to get down to this meteor because it is going to destroy the world. None will survive other than the elites who have their underground bunkers, which we all know they have underground bunkers everywhere. The Denver airport, that's the biggest one they have. Sorry, I can't talk for very long. I got to be in and out because the NSA have captured my voice. So anytime the voice recognition software, it's on all your cell phones. I'm sure you should probably turn your phone off right now. So I probably maybe got 5 minutes of time before they find out where I am, and they're going to shut this podcast down too. And I don't want your good podcast.
They're going to shut our podcast down because you're here doing a guest spot?
Listen, they know that I know too much, and they're trying to take me down at every step, every turn.
All right, Alex, thanks for coming by and for explaining the movie Armageddon. Google it. DuckDuckGo it. Don't Google. I learned that from you, Dad. So I'll see you next time, man.
Thank you guys so much.
All right,
Infowars.com.
All right, Josh, sit down. Get that fat idiot out of here.
That dude is fucking sweaty.
Yeah, I was taking a piss and I came back out.
I got some of his flop sweat on me.
Yeah, it's all underneath the breast.
He's a really gross guy.
Did you run into him in the hallway?
Well, yeah, I was coming out of the bathroom and he bumped into me and then he slapped an Infowars sticker on my chest.
Okay, just spreading the good word.
Yeah, Mr.
Josh,
Jones.
just so you know, if he ever touches you, I mean, you're vegetarian. You might get sick.
Why is he meaty? Is he a meaty man?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, in more ways
yeah.
than one.
If he touches you, he actually exudes beef. 100% Angus.
Exudes beef.
Yeah. So
Love that band.
you're gonna get sick.
Well, I shake hands with it.
So, Tommy, what else is going on, man? You brought a notebook, so I'm really curious to know what's in the notebook, man.
Let's see. There's some concert notes.
I love when guests bring a notebook because you know what that means.
You prepped.
You prepped. You did a little research.
I'm not saying we do any preparation for the show whatsoever.
Just for Doomsday. What you got?
Another one. So a couple weeks ago, my girlfriend Hillary and I, we went and saw Hall & Oates for her birthday.
Dope.
Was that at the Bank of, or where's that? BOK Center?
Chesapeake. Oh, it came to the Chesapeake.
Oh, okay.
So they were coming through, and then we saw them last year with Tears for Fears. Great show. So second time, knew what I was getting into a little more. Played. They got a lot of bangers.
Did you get in the pit?
You know, I didn't get in the pit. I tried to love someone. However, but yeah. So when we saw them in Dallas the first time, we were all the way to the side. So Tears for Fears played. Like one of the guys had aged really well, and the other one was just like made his hair black and wore tight black clothes, and he's really trying to not come off like he was 60, but he just looked like a fat 60.
It makes you worse.
It was rough.
Makes it worse.
So then Hall & Oates comes on. So first off, I'm just very fascinated by Daryl Hall. He just looks like a Will Ferrell character. Just has on sunglasses the whole time. Anytime his guitar tech changes out a guitar, he takes it off him and he never makes eye contact with the guitar tech.
Wow.
It's really fucking intense.
Just like, bring me my guitar.
Yeah, he just doesn't even look at him.
I'm imagining he just puts his arms out Jesus pose and the guy just like takes it off and slides it back
It's
on.
weird. But the biggest fact is that when we saw Hall & Oates, I could.
He looks like Roseanne.
Yeah. See.
Oh my
That's
god.
not a good look.
So then look up Hall & Oates. So finding out John Oates, they both walk up on stage, and John Oates is so short in person.
Does he still rock that sick mustache?
He doesn't, and then you realize, because you see all the pictures of them, and then you're like, okay, they look proportional, but he's like 5'4".
So
he's standing on a shoebox.
Yeah.
Yes.
Stack of phone books.
But I just
there
wow,
it is.
yeah.
There it is.
Wow.
for some reason, I mean, I felt like I felt like my soul was dying. Like I cannot get over how short he is.
You know what though? He looks like a good rock and roll man.
Yeah.
He's a terrific
both
guitar
do.
player, can
Good
sing,
rock
but
and
just
roll
you think
man.
about all their pictures next to each other, you're
Yeah.
like,
Whoa, yeah.
Speaking of reality shows,
There's a Jawa behind
Daryl's
him.
house. Did you ever watch
Yeah.
Daryl's house?
Live
Show's
from
fucking
Daryl's
great.
house, yeah.
See that fucking mustache?
Oh,
dude.
now see those are the party days.
Here's the
right
thing,
there.
though. I think John Oates looks better now than he did then.
oh, absolutely, fucking cool songs too.
Yeah.
Maneater.
Private Eyes.
Dope.
man.
So what about this concert?
So going into it, so the first time I got into it and I just understood it, and then seeing them the second time, they did really well. They opened the band before them that played was Train, and so they're doing their songs. Like we walked in, they did a cover of Black Dog from Led Zeppelin, and that dude can kind of sing.
Dude, when I saw Train, they also covered Ramble On.
Really?
Yeah, they always cover a Zeppelin song. I think.
It was
But they kill
great.
it. It's weird.
But they started, so they're like, okay, everybody, we're going to do this one song, and then we're going to have a friend come up on stage. And before you, out of the corner, you hear him say this shit, and on the corner of your eye on stage right, there's just this guy sitting there with a cup, and he has a hat on, and he has on like a flannel. And you're like, who's this drunk motherfucker that's on stage that nobody took off? And then the singer proceeds to say, and let's welcome on Toby Keith.
Oh, no. I was going to say Larry the
wow.
Cable Guy, and that was not too far off.
So wait, so he was drunk.
He was drunk, but he had the red Solo cup, very famous song, everybody. He had a red Solo cup in his hand, but it was empty.
It was a prop.
Yeah, but he was just blushed to all hell. But then he just came out and they sang, they sang a Tom Petty song, Free Fallin'.
All right.
Okay.
They were
All right.
singing that, and man, it was just bad. And he had to the singer of Train had to kind of the lyrics are on this TV right in front of us, and he just
Oh
was
my God.
sloppy as shit.
I couldn't imagine. This goes back to the backpedaling in front of 25,000 people. I couldn't imagine being a huge rock star and getting up on a stage to entertain that many people just wasted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even like to get up and go to the bathroom when I'm drunk.
No.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I just don't like that. So,
No. Yeah, I get stage anxiety anyway. Like, being drunk is a totally different thing. I used to have a fear, like a deep fear of forgetting the songs that I wrote. Like, you know, when you play a show and Dave, you're like, oh, fuck, how did that chord progression go?
Yeah.
Like, dude,
Yeah.
you played this song like 300 times.
yeah, but
Yeah.
dude, Toby Keith here had a teleprompter.
Well,
he was
true.
set up.
My favorite thing about
Was he leaning on the singer and shit?
kind of a little bit, but my favorite thing about that memory is what I'm imagining about it in my head, and that being that he is just in front of his fucking TV and more, eating a Mazio's calzone, and then watching like a
sounds so
British
good.
Bake Off show, and he's like, "Do you want to come sing this with us?" He's like, "Fuck it, I guess."
Yeah.
And he just goes up there, and it doesn't.
That's a
He's
good
just
Toby Keith.
fucking
Yeah.
loaded.
How was
Yeah.
he received by the crowd?
People were pretty excited.
Okay.
Honestly, but yeah, that was super weird.
Hometown boy makes good.
And then Hall & Oates killed it. So.
See, I wouldn't know what to expect going into a Hall & Oates show. Like, let me ask you this.
Beauty.
After all this time, was it kind of like low rent? Like, they don't have production or anything. Like, they're
They kind of do.
Did they?
Yeah, this so the last time they played, they had like all the amps and this barricade looking fence, and then like a video projector. And this time it was all video projections. And it was like they had a rich girl. They had like all this kaleidoscope money. It was just like obvious, but like super. That makes sense. That doesn't seem dated at all.
Did it look cool or did it look like clip art?
I thought it was pretty cool.
Okay.
I'm
Fair enough.
admittedly easy impressed. However,
Right. They had somebody changing transparencies like youth group.
it's like oil.
Oh.
But yeah, it was cool. It was just like, because my girlfriend Hillary really likes them. She's really into like New Order and Susie Sue and all that stuff. And then you listen to those songs on a different level, and you're like, oh, these are like super 80s produced and like goofy as shit, but they're fun songs though.
Yeah. It's a good time.
Yeah, I feel like it's what a lot of people are doing. Like, I don't think a rock and roll show really exists anymore. Once you get past a certain level of a band, you have to have something.
Yeah.
Like, I was super surprised when we went to that Blink show, and it was just a giant fucking screen playing all this weird shit behind him. The Smashing Pumpkins had that.
I've said it on the show before. Their like setup was beautiful. It was almost overwhelming.
Mhm.
Like, wow, there's so much going on.
Oh, really?
Like, just layers upon layers of visuals and stuff that, like, they just worked. It was beautiful.
Did he come out of the bottom of the stage at any point? Or was there any kind of like moving contraptions?
The stage moved,
Yeah.
and they rolled out a piano that was like 30 feet in the air.
Yeah.
That was cool. And yeah,
Jeez.
it was,
See,
it was pretty over the top.
I like that kind of stuff. I've never really gotten to go to a show that had like a crazy stage setup, like the Family Values tour. Didn't Limp Bizkit have a crashed spaceship on stage?
Well, yeah. So the Family Values Tour '98
Oh my
Please.
started in a parking lot. We were there for hours, leaning against the car, smoking cigarettes, listening to demo tapes, CDs from local artists that came up with their Discman.
Oh boy.
Once we got inside, yeah, the stage was a big circle, and it was like divided in half, and the circle would turn. So the stage would rotate 180 degrees.
So everyone gets a good view.
No. So they could switch the bands out quicker. Because
Oh,
while one
shit.
band is playing, the other one is setting up their back line, and then the
That's
entire
super
stage
smart.
turned around. So yeah, when the Biscuit Boys came out, they came out of a fucking UFO. Like, this put the Flaming Lips UFO to shame. And I liked that UFO.
Mm-hmm.
But this was dope. They like came out of it.
See, like I would love to see a show that put more thought into their stage production. I had that cassette. I had that Family Values.
I remember that
cassette.
So
DVD
good.
cover at fucking
Wow.
Hastings.
Yeah, dude. It was the best lineup they ever had. It was all downhill after 98.
Yeah, like Slipknot to go back. Great production. No, they had the kegs, they had the bats, they had all the 9 members. But they just had this video projection screen, but then they just show crazy videos just of some like an animal decomposing or somebody cutting off their finger.
Ah.
It was just fucking brutal. But
Well,
then
I wonder which number put that together. Like, was that number 6's job?
But they all, like, you read up, like, when, like, Net was on some trip recently, and they were like, oh, me here, like, Slipknot, they threw up in their mask before they play. Like, there's no way. And then we're on our way to South Dakota, and we read up all these Wikipedia facts about them.
It's like a Marilyn Manson cutting his rib out to suck his own dick.
Exactly,
That kind of shit.
yeah.
Slipknot
Yeah,
facts.
it's like 2 hours of Slipknot facts.
But it made the time go by.
Absolutely, it was terrific. Because we were driving through Iowa.
Nice.
Good record. No, like you said, does number 6 do the production? Is he in charge of like putting together the slideshow? Is there a member that he's in all the photos, but you don't see him on stage, and he's just like the accountant, but he has to have like a number.
But he has like his own mask and his own number. He's number 10.
Yeah.
One of them just has a mixer. I mean, this looks like some knobs.
It's like a fucking, it's like a USB drum pad.
Yeah, that's it.
Which, I guess that's important
Now, okay,
in a metal band of 9 members.
For live production, that looks cool. They had an aesthetic, they had a thing. But as every band does, you start out in the dirt. You start out with nothing, but you still have 9 dudes. Like, how are you going to split that door when you're driving from Iowa to fucking
That band
Kansas City?
didn't make a fucking dime until they got signed. There's no way.
Yeah,
Yeah, we need a guarantee. What should we do? Well, if we do a regular one, we'll all get
$10.
$10. So, yeah.
No, I'm thinking like, you have to cut your teeth somewhere. You can't play fucking 500, 700 cap rooms. There was probably a time in Slipknot's career where they pull on and they're playing a place that's the size of cookies. And you got 9 dudes crammed into this thing. Like, where normally,
Dude, that's a lot of hangover farts
Maybe they
in an
just...
Econoline van.
But even think of those OG maggots, those fans. They're there forever now. They saw you at a place comparable to cookies.
yeah, like a tiny little spot.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I wonder if you can YouTube that, like if someone videotape, because that's one of my favorite things to do. And when I've had a couple of treats, is I'll hop on YouTube and I'll look up, concert footage of a band before they broke, like watching Green Day live shit from like 1990, a totally different vibe. I wonder if there's any video out of Slipknot
I'm
famous.
There has to be.
I'm
and
sure.
they're not wearing they don't have their signature mask. They're all just wearing like random Halloween masks.
Or like they just went to Walmart and made one.
Yeah.
So I go by the fabric section. I'm going to get some like fake fur, some glitter,
Mhm.
perhaps.
Guys, I have to be the clown, and we can't argue about this anymore.
Do you think somebody fought over who could be the clown?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Because that's the creepiest one.
They're all pretty creepy. I don't know. There was something about Slipknot when the first album came out, which I did own, and I did see them on that tour. There was just something very sinister about the masks, the jumpsuits. I mean, most of that shit's been done before in some capacity, but they did it really scary. Even like the red and black and the S, like with all the tribal bullshit.
They don't wear
on it.
masks anymore?
They do.
Did they go maskless?
Nope, they're wearing masks.
Oh, they're just
downplayed.
And then, like, every album, they would change it.
There were like iterations. Like they always were in the same character, but yeah, there were like they just changed over time. My favorite was old Nose Dildo, though. I love that guy.
Yeah.
This guy.
Yeah.
This guy.
Doesn't he jerk it off?
He jerks
Oh,
it
yeah.
off. Yeah, all the time. It's great. Another one that didn't age well is Old Manson. Like that's.
Yeah.
I saw Juan Alderte, the bass player from Mars Volta. He's touring with Manson right
That's
now.
crazy.
Yeah. And I saw some pictures. And, not to shit on Marilyn Manson, whatever. I liked him. He had a place in the world. But it was just like, just didn't have the impact that it did on a 16-year-old me.
Mhm.
No, like Manson,
or anybody for that
Manson
matter.
is one of those things that came out at the right time. Like, you know, in today's society, like, you've offended people get so easily offended. If Manson came out today, how he did then, it would never get picked up.
I don't think to the extent. Like you said, man, that's perfect. He came out at like the right time.
Mm-hmm. It was a time when, like,
The right time for me.
you know, Christianity, like religion was kind of a big thing, but then, like, you know, we talked about before, like piercings and tattoos became like super popular in the 90s, and it was like the counterculture, and rock and roll was getting darker and heavier and louder. And his thing was like, well, let's take that and let's just amp that shit up. So instead of like taking Alice Cooper, that's cool, that face paint's cool, but how about I make it look like I smeared myself in shit?
Or like cut myself with beer bottles. Remember that one? Like, he'd roll around in broken glass on stage. It's
Or
like,
it makes me even think of like Mudvayne and stuff. Because I remember I loved that music, but
that's a rabbit hole.
didn't really feel terribly angsty. But I just tried to like a big ass baggy Slipknot shirt, and then like basically big Dickies or khakis or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Just felt great.
But it wasn't just like I don't think with Manson it was the aesthetic, but it's also the music. Like the first couple of records, like just listening to it was creepy. The music itself was kind of, it had an ambiance of fear.
Yeah, I feel you. Well, it hit us at the perfect time in our lives. So, I mean, again, we were young, impressionable, 14 to 16-year-olds. Back to the Mudvayne though, that's just white trash.
Yeah.
Like that's just that you're doing it wrong. That's real cool.
We went to Party Galaxy and got these gunshot wounds and fake blood.
It's I thought their bass player was pretty sick, to be honest, but it's just bad.
And that freshly dyed hair,
This
it's like
one,
you're
this
trying
one right
too
here.
hard.
That's the one. That's the one for me right there. It just
look at these tattoos too.
that's a skinny
I mean-
puppy tattoo. Like that's pretty
These are like
crazy.
the dudes in Mudvayne. I feel like grew up like outside of a trailer.
Well,
park,
I'm
not
gonna
even
break
in
down
one.
this picture right here.
Like,
So the singer's got his face painted because, that's what you do now. You got to fucking West Borland it. But he's wearing overalls.
well, also look at how long his goatee is. His double braided goatee
But
that
then
goes
notice-
to the ground.
There's
He did kind of start that, I will say.
Ugh.
what that?
The
I thought the
blonde
guitar
goats-
player for Lit did that.
I thought David Allan Coe did.
Well, he does it now.
True. Yeah, that was in the. I
He's
guess
probably inspired by him. I mean,
Right.
then the one guy that looks like Kane, if Kane's mask was painted on his face
Yes.
for some
That's
reason.
pretty
Yeah.
much it.
I love the way they added that Y to Mudvayne.
Yeah.
Mudvayne. That to me
Yeah.
is that a heroin reference? Like, oh, she's got that mud vein because
Oh.
it's all gross, and that's what I always thought.
Maybe.
So many bad fucking new metal bands.
I remember my mom is just the most supportive, loving parent. But I remember when Papa Roach came out, I don't know if it's her or somebody else, and they were like, you can't listen to them. You know what Papa Roach means? I was like, what? I was like, oh, like the leftover joint or doobie. That was their whole stance against it. I was like, I don't know.
Is that what I meant?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure what it meant.
It's like hey, that's the biggest fat daddy.
Yeah.
That's the Papa Roach.
Yeah.
Mudvayne refers to the anal alternative to normal sex.
Oh,
Whoa.
butt sex.
Yeah.
Took the old mud vein.
A poop, sometimes referred to as a poop shoot.
Or the Hershey Highway.
Oh boy.
Gotta love that one.
Oh my goodness.
I think Jim Morrison said it best. He's a backdoor man.
Yeah.
Wait, or was
Yeah.
that Led Zeppelin?
that was Led
No, that
Zeppelin.
was
Okay.
That was the Doors.
It was the Doors. Wait,
Also Led Zeppelin too.
I think they both did.
Yeah, they
Really?
both did
A lot
it.
of butt fucking going on.
Yeah.
Thinly veiled butt fucking.
That song. That's like my favorite Doors song, probably though.
I mean, I have some thoughts on the Doors. I don't want to dislike them. And again, any band I talk about, whether I'm shitting on Mudvayne or crapping on the Doors or defecating on Aerosmith, whatever.
Going number 2 on
The Who.
Creedence Clearwater.
There it is.
Finally.
Ding ding ding.
I just never really got the Doors.
Yeah.
Like I kind of get Jim Morrison as this dark sex poet, but the music just always sounded so dorky to me.
No, it sounds like carnival. It's carnival
Right.
carnival
It's the
keyboard.
It's the organ.
It's weird because I remember I felt like a lot of people, and they had all these posters at Gadzooks and stuff, but getting into them very particularly into the 8th grade.
Really?
an utter 9 months of really liking the Doors.
Okay.
And I feel like that was just my other friend got into the Doors at the same time, and then maybe the DVD of the movie came out and shit, but
Oh wait, so this is another movie music tie-in,
Yeah,
much
yeah,
like
yeah.
the
Val
Mask
Kilmer,
and the
yeah.
Zoot Suit Riots.
Yeah. Well, I feel like eighth and ninth grade for a lot of people is where there's it's called the music magic age test. I think that's what it's called. And it was trying to figure out where does a person's musical taste solidify. And it's for men, it's between the ages of 13 and 16, which will put you right around that 8th grade, 9th grade thing.
Yeah.
But that's why people who, like, I've had friends or know of people who they were way into fucking classic rock for some reason in 8th grade, and that's just it. That was it. All they would listen to.
That was me.
Yeah.
Like, I listened to classic rock and then was given a White Stripes album, and then that's all I listened to.
But see, I
for
can
a
get that
long
because
time.
White Stripes, you could almost hear White Stripes being a band from like the 70s. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like kind
definitely.
of garage rocky kind of vibe.
I think you have something though to that magic age, because that's still the music that I identify with the most is what I listen to about, and maybe just to sprinkle a little something extra on top. That's when you got your first car, man.
Yep.
That's when you got your first taste
Yeah.
of freedom.
Yeah, you're out, you're popping that cassette in the old thing, the old Joker. Or if you're like Robin was cool, you had the cassette adapter for your.
Yeah, dude, with the
Just-
Discman
Oh,
on
yeah.
the dash.
Mhm.
Again, Wayne's World style.
ooh, I always use for me, that would be the iPod with the radio transmitter. You have to sync it up to the radio station.
Oh, that thing, yeah, the
Those things
radio transmitter,
sucked,
the
though.
FM transmitter, those
Yeah.
are terrible.
At least the cheap ass ones that
Yeah.
I always had, they were just bad.
You could
Was
never,
yours good?
never get a good one, or even like the cassette tape with the auxiliary. That
Mhm.
would still be kind of rough.
Yeah.
but
I don't know I totally forgot those
that
radio
was a big
FM transmitters
Yeah,
even
it's like,
existed.
it goes, plugs right into the fucking power, the cigarette lighter.
You go to like 88.3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that, or just plug it right into the iPod and just.
right.
'Cause I remember just getting an iPod and then that coming out, like, this is how you can listen to it in your car. Like, oh shit, and then yeah, it was amazing.
And
was
now
it-
every car has an aux jack.
Well,
Yeah.
Or Bluetooth.
Mhm.
Think about it. Like when you got that first FM transmitter, it was kind of a magical moment because the thought crossed my mind where I was like, I'm a DJ. Hey, DJ Robbie Premium on the 5 p.m. drive home from the mall.
You're listening to 88.3 ROBB.
I like it.
Yeah.
If I had a radio station at that age, it would be just a bunch of Decemberist and Interpol albums.
Like when you're 16?
Yeah, just as
Dude, I
angsty as
loved
shit.
Interpol
Yeah,
for.
no, me too.
I only had one of their albums, but it was.
Antics?
I don't remember.
Is that the name of that one?
Yeah, that was
It was like
second
it
one
was
of Evil.
all black. It was
Oh,
just-
turn on the bright lights.
Yeah,
That was a
Man,
good one. That was a good one.
played the fuck out of that song.
I like that a lot too. I had some good memories of a good old friend of mine. Still is a friend. We really both love that album and just listen to it a lot late at night.
Mm-hmm.
Really good, nice mood music for a heterosexual hangout with my best friend at the time. Right before he stayed the night.
Oh yeah, dude.
Together in bed.
Well, head to toe.
Now I feel like if my 16-year-old, if I had my own radio station 16, it would basically just be putting on like Punkorama, like just anything from Fat Records, like trying to be punk. But at the same time, it's also into that swing revival. So,
You had the Zoot Suit still in the Macy's
Dude,
bag in the back seat.
so Robbie, I came over here over the weekend and we kind of moved to another room
We did.
for the studio, and you should like, dude, I found my old CD book and flipping through it. I was like, man, if you were to flip through, if I had my CD book from 16, it would be just the most you would not find any classic rock at all because I hated that shit. But it's gonna be like pop punk, punk rock, Scroll Nut Zippers, fucking Big Bad Voodoo Daddy, Tal Bachman, like just yeah. She's So High was a great song.
Well, what I want to ask is, in your Zoot Suit pants, can
Mhm.
your the headphones reach all the way from your Discman all the way up to your ears?
No, because it's gonna be all the way at the bottom. Like it's gonna
That's
be.
what I'm saying. You got to have some really long.
It's just
Yeah.
dangling like the end of a bungee jump.
Yeah, I have to duct tape it onto the CD player so it doesn't fall off.
Well, you had those chains, so you could
Yeah.
just chain it right
Yeah.
up. I believe there's a picture of you that exists in a Zoot Suit.
I never got to wear one in public. Like again, I was in a dressing room. I tried it on. I was like, no, I just can't pull it off. I feel like there's certain styles that I just can't pull off.
Dude, I think we're setting the foundation for Boys episode 150 live show.
I should get a Zoot Suit.
You get a Zoot Suit.
You better start now. They don't be that difficult. Maybe not.
Get the Zoot Suit costume
Yeah.
around Halloween where it's just really, really bad.
Just like 2 pieces of fabric. Yeah.
Oh, you got to have those tails too at the back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have the tail.
Oh, it's all in the tails, dude.
Oh man,
Tails are dope. I don't know. I don't know what I would wear though. What would I wear? What if you're going Zoot Suit? What am I wearing?
I don't know. The fishnet shirt. Some fucking
Like
I
a
don't know.
like an oversized cold chamber T-shirt,
yeah.
fishnet shirt underneath,
Fucking eyeliner.
some like black kick wears, some shell toes. That'd be a pretty good
Put some
look.
like manic panic in the hair.
Yeah, just some washout.
Get
Yeah,
some
we'll wash
Dickies.
out.
I'm not committing to that anymore. I'm not shaving all of my head except for the very front ever again.
No.
It was a
Are you
bad
ever
look.
cutting? Are you done? I thought about that the other day. I was like, am I stuck in my hairstyle? Is this, am I dadding it?
Like
You know what I
that's
mean?
that's from here on out.
I'm just going to do like just the short, it's basically a dad cut. The more I think about it, it's short on the side, just a little on the top, and just let it be.
Just take her up over the ears there,
Take it
straight
over the
across.
ears. Yeah. Oh God. Give me the walls. 'Cause I feel like my dad has had the same haircut since I was fucking born.
Oh, my dad has too, like 100%.
It hasn't changed.
He had long hair when he was young, and then he kind of had like not really a mullet, but a little long in the back.
Mhm.
Like not long in the back, but a little longer in the back than in the front.
Noticeably, yeah. Noticeably
Yeah.
longer.
My dad's had the same haircut, maybe more feathered in the 80s or less in the 90s, but all pretty the same sort of just short dude sort of cut.
Mhm.
I mean, I know I'll cut my hair off eventually, but it's now that my hair is getting to a length that I'm comfortable with. That I'm comfortable with it being long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're just in limbo for months,
Yeah.
months on end. I'm like, I think this is my look, man.
Yeah.
I think this is me.
Well, see, I always envied people who had long hair because my hair would grow. The 90s. You want that butt cut long hair, and it would grow to my chin, but my hair's thick, so it would just kind of poof out, and it wouldn't. I didn't have the patience to just let it keep going. I would like, fuck this, and then I'd shave it or cut it short and dye it and spike it or whatever.
After a while, it would start to look like a shroom.
yeah,
is your hair
You couldn't-
straight, Josh? I don't know because
Yeah.
I've only seen it.
it's
Yeah.
straight till you get to like if I let it grow to like below my jaw, it starts to like it'll start curling, but
Yeah.
not much. Rob's hair's pretty straight.
Yeah.
Just like me.
Scared straight.
Kind of.
Scared straight. My
It's not a
hair
light switch, man. It's a
sucks
spectrum.
growing out. Like, it is the worst because I cut mine a couple years ago to where it was like, seriously, it was like a 4 on the side. And
Oh,
I
you had
like
some
a-
luscious locks too.
Yeah. Well, were you talking about when it was short or when it was?
No, when you had it like when it was like long and big and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, my hair now is like it's taken a long time to grow, but I don't know if there's like something I need to do. Maybe it's like split ends at the bottom or something, but I need to meet somebody.
They
about
say
that.
when you get a trim, it actually makes your hair grow faster.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's because your hair is split at the bottom.
Yeah.
So,
That's what my dad told me about shaving my body. You don't shave it; it'll grow back thicker.
yeah.
That's what my dad told me about shaving in between my eyebrows.
Mm-hmm.
Because I rock a unibrow.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have
You
a
gotta pluck.
unibrow.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
You gotta
and
pluck.
I have been shaving it since I was probably 14.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Since the first time I got made fun of for it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And my dad was like, you shave that, it's just going to grow back thicker and thicker. So I just imagined myself with like a fucking tumbleweed of pubes.
Fucking Bert.
yeah.
Just a member of Oasis.
Yeah, just like a second nose right above my nose, but was covered in hair.
It's a backup nose.
Ugh, so gross.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's full of shit on some things, okay?
Yeah.
Dad knows a
definitely.
lot. Dad's got a lot of dad knowledge.
Yeah.
But Dad was lying to me
Yeah.
through his teeth.
I was never ever hairy. Like I've just never really ever been hairy. I'll grow my hair long, and only in the past, literally 2 years have I grown out my facial hair.
Mm.
But just I've heard, just seeing other problems people may have. I don't know, but if it's like this seal like sort of body,
just-
Yeah.
Slick.
slick. Yeah. I can count like on a hand,
So you said you just recently started growing you've always been like fresh shaven.
or like I would just use
The
the like
no
like,
guard?
like clips. Yeah. So it would be stubbly, but not like how it is now.
Yeah. I mean that's kind of how I go. Like for the longest time I was just clean shaven, and then I would another fucking fashion dumb thing I did. The goddamn Fu Manchu. Remember when I did that shit?
I do.
What?
I do.
But I still dressed punk rock, but I had a fucking mustache goatee combo because Dave Grohl was rocking it at that time and it looked really cool. I didn't quite know that I should have just picked one style and ran with it. I was kind of just throwing all these things I liked into one basket.
But now you know it works. You have a look.
I got my Zoot suit. I'm good. I'm good.
No, not that look.
Oh,
Your present look.
well, my thing is that I don't think I'll ever shave. I'll shave clean, but I don't think I'm ever gonna grow my beard out again. I just don't like it.
It looked good.
I'm just gonna keep it
Keep it just like it is.
I
Just
can't
like it
stop
is.
thinking of you without the Fu Manchu now. Like, I'm just losing my mind.
Dude, it was gross. I'll show
Was
you
it
a
all?
picture.
Was it shaven completely? Otherwise,
Shaved and then this, but no, I had sideburns. I had giant long sideburns.
I don't know if that's better or worse.
It was worse. Again, it's pick a fucking thing and go with it.
you know that magnetic game where you can drag all the hair on that dude's head. That's all I see you as that right now.
I've got a picture. I'll bring it. I'll show you at work.
I'm
It's
picturing
terrible.
Hollywood Hulk Hogan again for some reason.
Oh
Yeah,
my
dude,
god,
oh boy.
that's exactly right.
That's
Terrible. And at this picture, I was trying to, and I can admit now that I was trying to copy Robbie's style, and I shaved my head and had a little front spike.
It's on record.
But my hair wasn't long at all. It was super short, so I just spiked it up in the front.
You kind of look like a Cabbage Patch Kid.
Yeah, front fro spike.
Yeah.
It was gross. And I dyed it with mascara because I didn't know what I was doing.
Wow.
The hits just keep coming tonight.
No,
Anything else?
My mom told me, you know what you could do? You could wash out. You just put like mascara in it.
Mm.
The way if you like the color, you can whatever. So I would put like blue or green mascara, and yeah,
Could you see it?
Yeah.
Can you see the color? Okay.
yeah. I mean, it's thick as shit.
Yeah, it's like glumped. It's globbed
It's
together.
globbed
It's
in. Yeah,
totally
dude,
glumped.
I can only imagine how fucking stupid I looked. Just
Dude,
thinking I was so cool,
if it makes you feel
I was
any
your
better,
friend. I had to look at it every day.
and you didn't say anything.
No, I didn't. To your face.
I know.
If it makes you feel any better, when I was like probably 13, like 12, 13, I would go to Hot Topic and get the non-permanent dye,
Mm-hmm.
like the temporary dye, and I would always get like this blue or for some stupid reason green,
Mhm.
like your cartoon booger green.
Like Kermit the Frog green?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, and like I had short hair that I always had spiked, and
course.
then it was just like blue all the time. I would do it all the time. It smelled so bad,
and it gets on your pillowcase and all your clothes.
Mhm. Yeah, but it would wash out the next day.
Of talking about these sort of image things, I remember in high school, we had class picture day, obviously, and then also my mother is just extremely supportive, just of going into whatever. It's just been very just helpful in my life. And then I remember on that day, I had class picture day right after my gym class, and then just getting ready, and then
That's
just
bullshit. That
like
sucks.
Yeah.
doing this weird sort of part thing, and then putting a bunch of gel on the left side of my hair, trying to look like the lead singer of Interpol, like in my mind. Because I went to
yeah.
Catholic school, so I could wear, it still look like a dipshit, but still like wear a tie and some other
Mhm.
dress up shirt and khakis or whatever. So go have said picture. I feel like it went great. I go to my math class or whatever, and then I remember, like the parents at that time are mailed the kids pictures, and as opposed to you getting them
Right,
in
right.
middle
This is
school. Whatever.
pre-digital camera
Yeah,
age.
yeah. So they mail them to her, and then just for months, I don't see anything. Like, she doesn't put it up in the frame of graduation into high school and everything. And then I asked her about it. She's just like, I'm really sorry to say, but that picture was so bad, I could not put it up.
Oh, dude.
Ouch.
But then she took a picture of me before my prom and then put it that. But that was just like, oh, shit.
Man, you
But
look
you're
so
always-
bad your loving mother wouldn't put your picture up.
But dude,
Jeez.
anytime you see that, every time you see that spread of pictures, you're gonna be like, "Oh, I know why."
Because it's like all
I know
four-
why that
No,
one's
no.
different.
I hope she just like left it empty on purpose, like an empty frame next, like you know, you have those frames that have like 3 pictures in one thing. Just that one's blank.
I can describe the frame. So for 10 pictures, it's all like a block. The color lead, the color red,
Bread lead.
Lord, the color red, the color blue,
Dude, lead
green,
bread.
etc. And then when it gets to my junior year, it's just a picture of me outside.
Nice.
And then like in senior year and then graduation picture. But-
Did you go back for the photo on senior year?
You didn't do retakes?
No, this was for my junior year, but I didn't do retakes at all. I mean, I didn't know. I think my mom simultaneously could not say that she liked it enough to make me go do it, and then like put that together in my head like way too late. I know if I'm 17, I'm an idiot.
Do you remember retakes?
I do remember retakes.
Thinking about it now, like, oh, that's... we know your mom's not going to like it, so we'll do retakes in a month. We'll come back around.
But wouldn't it also be if like a kid was blinking?
Yeah.
Or, you know,
'cause
or a
you
kid
don't see
missed
it
that
then,
day?
Yeah.
But I would be like, if that happened, I mean, that should have happened. But if it did, it'd be like, oh, I get to miss class today again.
Mhm.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You know?
Pull me out of social studies.
Yeah.
Time for my shoot. Shoot number 2.
I'm gonna get all dressed up. Or it's like you have the top half looking all nice. You're still wearing like shorts, but you have like a Zoot Suit top.
I need to go back and look at my yearbooks. I haven't looked in many years. I need to see. I want to see
Do
what
you
I
have
was.
them?
Oh, I have most of them. Like they're out of my dad. They're out of my
Yes.
dad's house in storage.
Oh,
but
dang it.
I want to see what I'm wearing. I know one year I was wearing one of the Tasmanian Devil like cross colors shirts where he had his clothes on backwards. It wasn't the Bugs and Taz,
The crisscross
the
one?
classic,
Yeah.
the classic one you see. But it was like in that series.
Yeah. It was
So,
Taz.
It was Taz.
Yeah.
Well, it was Taz on the
And
front.
he's wearing a backwards hat.
Yeah, and his girlfriend was on the back. It was pretty dope.
Nice.
I remember having one, it was a Jinko shirt, and then another one, in that same year, my granddad had died. And then my yearbook picture, it was just all of his things that not that he died in, but that he had after he passed away. And it was just like, now it's just like, that is really fucking intense.
Yeah.
Like I am you, Grandpa.
Please be a
I'm
part of me
becoming you.
forever. But it
Yeah.
was like his puka shell necklace and this like shit that all fits you as like an 8th grader. But it's just like, man, that is morbid.
Your grandpa had a puka shell necklace?
He did.
He was a surfer.
That's fucking dope.
He played the steel drum.
Yeah.
Nice.
He was in a
For
311 cover.
All right, Tommy, we're going to wrap up here. Anything else on your mind before we go?
This is a good time. No, I'm good.
All right, cool. Well, what about what you're into right now? What are you doing, man?
Oh, yeah.
Guess what? If you made it to the end of the show, you won the prize. The plugs.
Yeah, this band I'm in, Net, we're playing at the Speakeasy next week on August 17th, which is a Friday, with the Audio Book Club and Master Hand, and then we're playing in Omaha and we're playing in Springfield, Missouri this weekend.
And where can you find that stuff online? Some more info.
Well, you can find us, and it sucks because Net is such an insearchable name.
It should have been net.net.
Yeah.
That would have been great.
I've looked that up before, totally bought.
Dang it.
But then, yeah, you could look at, I think, Net OKC on Facebook, and then just the Instagram and Twitter is Net in space.
Wait, so net, the ampersand,
No,
and then a
Net,
space bar?
INSPACE.
Like net in space.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, it's all in the
Yeah.
delivery. That was
Get it.
perfect. Cool. Well, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.